What would winning a national championship? Winning a national championship. What would winning a national championship mean? It would mean that all of this year's hard work, all of our hard work and dedication has finally paid off. It would mean everything to the Gators.
It would mean the world. It would mean
history for LSU. It would mean making Utah proud. It would mean
our dreams coming true.
Obviously, it would mean a lot to all of these athletes to come away with the national championship. Tim Brando back with Amanda Borden. And at the halfway mark, Georgia got off to a slippery start, but the apparatus involved was difficult, no doubt about it.
Well, it definitely looks like the pressure's getting to them. They started out rough, first event, fall on the first routine, came back, fought through, and then struggled through the beams. Not the marks they wanted, and they definitely opened the door. Boy,
Alabama has really sent a message. They were solid in the prelims, and they're doing it again today.
Well, they've come out with this swagger and attitude that they want this championship. They are heading to the balance beam, that make-or-break event, but they're ending on the floor. It's like the rotations are set up for Alabama to win this.
While they're leading, it's Utah and Georgia in a tie. I think Utah's poised right where they'd like to be at this stage.
Well, you know, Utah is always the team that just is consistent across the board. They're doing it again. You cannot count them out. LSU, great performances, solid scores.
And how about Arkansas? These upstarts from the Ozarks right there tied with LSU now, playing like they belong.
Well, you know what? They impressed me during the prelims, and they're impressing me again. Solid routines, and they look like they're having a great time.
Indeed. Now on to the fourth rotation. Utah's on vault. Alabama moves to beam. Arkansas to bars. And Georgia looks to impress on the floor. LSU and Florida sit out this rotation. And we begin on beam with Alabama junior Ricki Lebegern from Annandale, Virginia.
Well, this will be the event that tests their confidence. They've been very consistent so far. Beautiful side summy. Ricki is very aggressive on this event. Dismounting with a round-off double full. Very nice. So far, so good.
You betcha. And her mom, Jamie, and little sister Sophie, excited for her as well. High fives abound, a 9.875 for Ricki Lebegern. Over to the floor exercise now. Abby Stack already underway.
A beautiful second tumbling pass there, and they know they have a lot to earn back here on this event. One of their best events, though.
Yeah, she's doing a little speed racer routine.
We talked about the SEC and the performance we see on this event, but in particular, Georgia really stands out, and you see a lot of personality. Watch this. Slow motion. Got some facials going on in there, too, as she gets ready for this last tumbling pass. Finishing very difficult double pike. Perfect landing.
You know, it's just another way to gather momentum, isn't it?
It is. You know, the crowd goes wild, and she's exhausted.
I'm gassed. And the gym dogs are feeling good now.
Let's take another look at her second tumbling pass. Beautiful double full. Right to a punch front. Down to her knee. I tell you what, can't take any steps on that landing.
Jumping for joy, a 9.90 for Abby Stack. Here again is Arkansas's Casey Jo Magee on bars.
Right out on the high bar. A little short there on that handstand. Beautiful giant full. Wow! What a great reach there. I thought she was going to miss that. Giant 1.5 to straddle back handstand. Beautiful handstand there. Finishing it out with the dismount. Full twisting double tuck. Very nice landing. You know, we talked about what takes him into that 9-9 range. She started this routine out with a little bit of a short handstand. That's an area where the judges are really looking for them to be aggressive, going all the way up. But beautiful dismount here. Perfect release time. Full twisting double back. Small step backwards there. Very nice start.
Maybe, though, our first glimpse of nerves for this Arkansas team, understanding that they're really in this thing. More from the floor now with Georgia junior Grace Taylor from Aiken, South Carolina.
She has beautiful tumbling leaps. Gorgeous stag jump there. And what's so unique about this team is you go from a routine like Abby did with a lot of energy and personality to a very graceful routine.
Blowing a kiss.
Comes her last tumbling pass, finishing with a 2.5. Spotting the landing. Very nice. You know, you start seeing them get on a roll. This is the event where they have to pick it up. A great event for Georgia in particular.
They just sell it to the judges, don't they?
They do. You can see them stare them down. Intimidation factor.
It's a 9.90 for Georgia junior Grace Taylor. Now let's quickly get back over to the beam. Geralen Stack-Eaton, a renowned freshman from the state of Pennsylvania for Alabama.
Well, and this is where their focus is going to be tested because the Georgia crowd is going wild every time they nail a routine over there. Beautiful Anodi, very difficult skill. Getting ready for the dismount. She really needs to stick it, round off 1.5. Beautiful.
Yeah, that's really well done, particularly with Georgia nipping at their heels. And there's athletic director Mal Moore of Alabama. Excited for her and this crowd. 9.850. And a quick update of the standings will illustrate that what Amanda said at the top of the show is dead on. Look at that. Alabama leading the way, but only by a little over Georgia. Utah, Arkansas, all still very much in the hunt. It's time for the stars to shine here in Lincoln as Utah, Bama, and Georgia make a run for the national championship. Back in a moment.
We worked the whole year for this. We just want to go out there and have fun. New year, our year. Gold is our color.
Kristina Baskett setting the tone for this Utah team as Greg Marsden looks on. Fourth rotation and really no margin for error for any of the big three here at the Super 6. And Nina Kim is on vault, ready to go.
Well, and the pressure is on. They've already had one bad vault, hoping to drop that score out. Performing Yurchenko full. Very dynamic and fighting for that landing. Like we mentioned, they're seeing this vault all day long.
That's her mom, Sonia. Excited, as is Meg Marsden, a 9.90. That's a crucial routine for Utah, as is the case here on Florex for senior Tiffany Tolnay.
Beautiful 2.5 punch front, very close to the white line there. Performing to bad to the bone. That's exactly how I would describe her.
George Thorogood would be proud.
Just beautiful leap pass here. Torchete full, right to a Popa. There's that personality playing the guitar. Gorgeous flexibility there. One tumbling pass to go.
This is the all eyes on me segment of the competition for Tiffany Tolnay. Watch this finish.
Beautiful double pipe. Great landing, and she knows it.
Check that strength. It is all about attitude, and they bring their tins to the championships every year.
Let's take another look here at her second tumbling pass, a 2.5 punch front. You can see she goes a little off center as she goes into the punch front, but fights to make sure she stays in those lines.
9.925 for Tiffany Tolnay. Back over to the bars now. Arkansas's Jamie Pisani.
Starts releasing right up to the high bar. Very nice. Back down to the low bar. Oh, a little short there. We talked about the nerves possibly getting to them. You know, when you get tentative on this event, it's missing the handstands that you notice. Beautiful toe handstand. Great vertical line there. Beautiful dismount.
But always encouraging. You can tell Coach Cook, it may be slipping from their grasp right now for Arkansas. They're young. They're good. They've got a ways to go. There you see the score. Here's Kristina Baskett now on vault.
She has a very difficult vault. A Yurchenko 1.5. Line landing. Wow. You know, Tim, she doesn't get any more points actually adding on a half twist. So, unless you know she can nail it, there's mom and dad watching on.
Randy and Jean Baskett know their daughters kept the Utes in the hunt.
Well, you can see she does not see the landing before hitting the ground, so she knows exactly where she is, what I call cat-like senses in the air, and grips the feet to that mat.
The overall number is 49.525 for Utah. Very much in it. And let's go back over to the beam now. Ashley Priess, the freshman from Alabama.
Well, she has proved me right today. I mentioned that she is capable of scoring 9 9s, and so far she scored 1 9 9 and close to a 9 9 on the bars, but this is the event where she really stands out. Beautiful front aerial right to a back handspring swing down. We talked about the confidence and consistency of this team. They're definitely on a roll. Finishing with a switch leap to her dismount off the side. Gain her layout full. And you know what, Tim? I think she might have done it again on this event.
I agree with you, no doubt. And you see the numbers for her, a 9.90. And all of that while Courtney Kupets is doing her best to cinch the deal for Georgia on floor exercise.
Woo. Double Arabian, perfect landing. You know what's so impressive is she does not do easy gymnastics, but she makes it look so easy. Of course, that attitude with great dance skills. They always have creative choreography. It's very fun to watch. Middle pass, whip pass. Rudy right to a Shushanova. You know, Georgia uses great techniques on making sure that when they land, they can't take deductions.
This is called bringing it. And this is where you can seize control of the finals. This is an opportunity for Georgia to really take control.
Well, and to be honest with you, all eyes are on her in this arena. You mentioned she is so well known in the collegiate world. Finishing double pike.
Wow. Boy, it has been a joy watching her these last 4 years, hasn't it?
Yes, she just commands attention. She makes you want to watch her.
So with Kupets and Tolnay leading the way, they are taking control.
Well, things like this, her second tumbling pass, Rudy right to a Shushanova, there is no deduction. She leads the judges to say, where do I take deductions at?
And you know, Suzanne Yacklin goes right to the 2 stars and says, thank you, we're back. A 9.95, and yes, Georgia has seized control, flooring the competition. Look at those numbers, not one below 990.
Well, Tim, that's how you win a championship.
It doesn't hurt to have an outstanding star like Courtney Kupets as your anchor on every apparatus. And look at that, only 2/10 separating the top 3 teams after 4 rotations. When you take into consideration also the averages of all of the teams in the Super 6, it's outstanding gymnastics on display.
Well, congratulations so far. Your team has put out 18 routines and hit all 18. Tell me, how proud are you right now?
I'm very proud. You know, I think our motto all year has been finish strong, and we just wanted to come out here and lay it all on the line, and so far that's what we've done.
Well, you have the rotation that every team wants at the national championships, finishing on the last rotation on floor. You got a great crowd here. Do you think your team has enough to win the title this year?
I really do. You know, we've competed in this environment at the SECs. I know our team can do this. We're going to go out and just do our very best.